So you may remember last year, back in 2017, you may remember a developer called Saber Interactive. Now, Saber Interactive last year made a video game. It was a sports video game, and it was called NBA Playgrounds. Now, if you know nothing about NBA Playgrounds was a basketball game, and it was a really arcadey basketball game, and it really took a lot of its inspiration from the NBA Jams games. If you ever played any of the NBA Jams games and then you play NBA Playgrounds, then you'll know where they got a lot of their inspiration for the NBA Playgrounds games. It really came from the old NBA Jams games. Now, NBA Playgrounds was a game, like I said, that was arcadey. It was 2-on-2 basketball. It really wasn't trying to be a real simulator of the NBA, so you're not like, it wasn't like 2K or it wasn't like NBA Live. It was much more arcadey and it wasn't really too realistic. So it was a pretty good time, and I did end up picking up NBA Playgrounds. If you are a subscriber of mine, you may know that I actually covered a lot of NBA Playgrounds last year because I absolutely love NBA Playgrounds. I think it's a very good game. Do I think it's the best sports game out there, or do I think it's the best arcadey basketball game out there? No, it's subjective. But honestly, if you're to ask me, I know this may offend some people out there, but I think that NBA Playgrounds is better than NBA Jams. Now, granted, I do have to be 100% totally honest with you guys. I only played NBA Jam back on the original Wii, and I know it came out last generation on the Wii, Xbox 360, and PS3, so it did come out last generation. I haven't played a lot of the older NBA Jams games, so it's really hard for me to compare as a whole the NBA Jams games compared to NBA Playgrounds. But at least from what I played, the one I played on the Wii, I really found that NBA Playgrounds had a lot of upsides compared to NBA Jam. The fact that the one I played on the Wii didn't really have too much good shooting. The shooting in that game really wasn't that good. It was mostly about dunking in that game, and I feel like NBA Playgrounds came out and tried to make the shooting a little bit better. The mechanics just felt a little bit better. I didn't mind a lot of the graphics in the game. I know some people really don't like that whole style where these NBA Jam game and NBA Playgrounds games really make these NBA players have really big heads, but I'm personally okay with it. I'm less okay with it in NBA Jam just because I really don't think it fits too well, but in NBA Playgrounds I much more accept it because everything in that game is cartoony, to whereas NBA Jam, I really don't feel like a lot of things in the game were cartoony, but that's aside from the point. Recently, NBA Playgrounds is back in the news because recently Saber Interactive announced that we're going to be getting an NBA Playgrounds 2, and that's right. I don't think anybody expected Saber Interactive to announce that we're going to be getting an NBA Playgrounds 2. Nobody and their mom expected it, and we did get a full trailer of the NBA Playgrounds 2 game, and it's supposed to be coming out sometime summer 2018. So as you know, summer's right around the corner, so we should be seeing this game this summer, and it should be coming out fairly soon. I would say somewhere around June or July we should be getting this game. Now take a look at some of the footage of NBA Playgrounds 2. Now, as you're watching this NBA Playgrounds 2 footage, it pretty much looks like a lot of the stuff that's in NBA Playgrounds 1, the original, that came out last year. And that's why I'm really on camera talking about this situation, because as I'm watching this film of NBA Playgrounds 2, what does it look like? It just pretty much looks like more of the same of NBA Playgrounds. It doesn't really look like it brings a whole lot to the table when it comes to actual features and functions, and at least the core gameplay doesn't really look too different than the original NBA Playgrounds. Considering the original NBA Playgrounds is not that old, it's only getting close to a year yet. It hasn't even hit, I don't think, its birthday yet. I think it came out sometime May 2017, and as you can tell, it's not May yet. So I don't really know why Saber Interactive really wanted to make an NBA Playgrounds 2, because like I said, in the beginning of the video, I don't really think nobody asked for an NBA Playgrounds 2, so I don't know why they want to release an NBA Playgrounds 2. Now, also, take a look at some of the official statements on the official website for NBA Playgrounds, and here's some of the features that are going to be coming to NBA Playgrounds 2 officially. Improvements including a new season mode and a new Playgrounds Championship ranked mode. This robust follow-up to last year's high-flying arcade action also features a massive roster of over 200 current and retired NBA players with new player models and animations. There's even improved online matchmaking with dedicated servers, 4-player online matches, playgrounds, custom matches, and more. Now, as you can see, I did read off a list of things that are officially going to be coming to NBA Playgrounds 2. And to be granted, we don't have any more footage of the game. That's pretty much just like a trailer or a teaser. So it's really hard to go off of this. But what I'm saying is, this game in particular really does feel like a cash grab for money. It really doesn't feel like there's any point to really throwing out this game. I'm pretty sure the NBA Playgrounds game that came out last year sold well enough to where Saber Interactive really wanted to make a second one. I don't really understand why Saber Interactive really didn't implement a lot of these features into the original NBA Playgrounds, because I'm sure a lot of this could have just been implemented with patches and things like that, and they could have added these features and things into the original NBA Playgrounds. It doesn't really feel necessary to make a whole new NBA Playgrounds game for this series. It really just feels like it just seems out of place. It just doesn't make sense. But who knows? When the official game actually launches to the public, it could actually be miles better than the original. But from what I'm seeing from this trailer and from what I'm hearing of these patch notes and all these things that are coming to the game, I just really don't feel like this is much more of an upgrade. It just really feels like that, these people will buy anything. If we throw out an NBA Playgrounds 2, we'll get more money for it, and people will buy it since people bought the original NBA Playgrounds game. Honestly, if you're to ask me, will I be buying this game since I bought the original NBA Playgrounds? I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be buying this. Right now, it's not a day one pickup just because it looks way too similar to the first game. It doesn't look like they're adding that much to the game. It looks like a lot of this stuff they could have just added into it. And if it does come out on day one and what I'm saying is true, then I'm probably not going to pick this game up, because these are practices in the gaming industry or in any industry I really don't want to support. I don't think this was the right way to go. Again, like I said, we haven't seen a lot of footage of this game, so I am pretty much just going off the trailer that I have seen right here. So it's really not fair to really knock Saber Interactive for doing this. If it comes out, like I said, and it's a very great game, then great. I'll probably go ahead and throw down some money, because I played the first one for about 40 to 50 hours and I got my $20 worth of this game. So if there's enough new content in the game and it really does feel like a true sequel to the original NBA Playgrounds, then I'll easily throw a $20 bill at their face, and I'll definitely be picking it up, because I love the original NBA Playgrounds. I love the whole aspect of the game. I just love everything about NBA Playgrounds, and it's a really fun game, especially on Switch. Now let's talk about some things I'm kind of worried about when it comes to NBA Playgrounds 2. One thing I have to mention is I hope Saber Interactive really learns their lesson from last year when it especially comes to the Switch version of the game, because if I'm going to pick up this game and I really think it's worth it after I see more gameplay and see a review of the game, then I'll definitely be picking it up on Switch again over any other platform, because of course, as you know, the Switch is portable. You can play it how you want and things like that. And I've always been a person that really is more fond of Nintendo than any other company, whether it be Sony or Microsoft when it comes to these consoles. And that's not always been the case, but that's another story for another time. I just really hope Saber Interactive doesn't leave the Nintendo Switch users left in the dust, because if you remember NBA Playgrounds from last year, the Nintendo Switch version had a lot of problems at launch. It was missing the online features, it was missing a lot of the updates, and even when we got some of the updates, like the online update for the first NBA Playgrounds, they were already 2 or 3 updates ahead of us on the other versions. So we were always far behind when it comes to updates for NBA Playgrounds if you were a Nintendo Switch version. I remember last year it got so bad, Saber Interactive actually had to tell the fan base of the Nintendo Switch version, hey, we're going to give you Shaq Fu for not giving us the online feature at launch. So I'm excited, I guess, that we are going to be getting Shaq Fu Legend Reborn when it comes out this this summer, I will be getting that for free. That's something, but I don't want this same situation to happen too. So that's also another reason I'm probably going to be waiting out and seeing what they're going to be doing with the Switch version. If not, if it's a really good game, then I might just end up picking it up on Steam or PlayStation and end up playing the game, because I don't want to wait too long if these updates don't roll out. But I'm assuming that they don't want to make the same mistake twice, especially for the Nintendo Switch fan base. It's really going to suck. But anyway, those are just some of my thoughts of the upcoming NBA Playgrounds game. It kind of feels like a cash grab, and I'm really not too excited about this game. I'm kind of puzzled why they even wanted to go with an NBA Playgrounds 2 instead of just patching the original game with some of this content. Anyway, guys, this is Wayne from My Tech News, signing out.